You just pooed on my floor. Ouch. This is not, you're not supposed to be in my house. Oh, look at that poo. Go, come on, out. Don't walk in it. Off we go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. All right, time to get out of here. Little rats. Come on. Out. Out. Go. Out. Come on. Yes, I know. I'll come and bring you some food and collect your eggs. All right. Stay up. Alrighty. So we're back working on the chicken house. We've got all our posts up. By the way, me and Matt are full-blown townies. We are not country folk. This is new to us. We've been here for about 4 years, but most of these projects we're doing now we are brand new at. So we're just looking it up, asking friends that have done it. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of help, but today we want to get the top rails round. It's probably at least a couple of weeks before we get all the fencing put all over it. Matt's about to attempt to climb up the ladder, and I hope that's going to be okay. He wants to mark the tops of the poles. Chickens are still in their very temporary housing, so I'm letting them run around in free range today. And they're probably nearly ready for eggs. I'll show you when I get the first eggs because they're so cute and little. Alright, so check out this. Collected my chicken eggs. Look at that little bubby one. So cute. So hard to see. Look how little it is in comparison to the others. This is my compost bin, so it looks disgusting. There's Poland, hun.
Yeah.
Let's hope they all measure up.
Yes.
Everything we do, we're nervous about. We'll get there.
We haven't done anything with it. This is where it's handy that I'm tall.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put this up here. Now I just want you to put that against this pole so we can see. Oh, perfect. Okay, so you're going to push against me. The pole. You're pushing against me?
Yeah. Little mini chainsaw ever. One of my favourite items to use. It's going to be sturdy. Didn't quite line up.
Doesn't matter. Actually, and if you look on the side of the pole, you want to avoid those screws.
They won't go that far.
Yeah. Nice.
So, we've been learning lots of new things today. So, we've got a little bit of roof up. We've made a few mistakes. Put one of those posts on, oh, there we go, that post on the wrong side of the pole so that there wasn't enough room between those two to put the wood. So we've switched it back over. We've learnt how to use a circular saw. We didn't even know how to use that, or the handheld one anyway. But we're getting there. Just learning and making mistakes, because that's how you learn. Trying to work out what's just going to be the best way to saw the ends of these wood off. I hand sawed that one, but it took me a while. So now we're trying the, is it the reticulated saw? Is that what it's called? Hey. Attacking me. You've got food.
Lacey.
Okay.
Can you just pull that down so that it's flush? Yeah. It's all a little bit rough anyway, in reality, isn't it?
Right. I don't think the chickens are going to care, provided it holds up.
Okay, saw.
Does it hold it?
Yeah. You just hold it there. One day I'm going to get a good Makita saw.
Yeah.
But this is fine for doing chicken coops. My saw cut's crooked anyway. As long as we can wedge it in. Be nice to have a saw that could cut all the way through 75mm. So that's when I get my nice Makita for Christmas. Okay. Good.
Alright, so place this screw here into the pole, just a screw that holds the piece of wood so that somebody doesn't have to stand there holding the wood.
Okay. You should be able to.
Oops, I'm standing underneath. I'm not going to do that. Not without my hard hat on.
There we go.
That's it.
Like a glove.
Alrighty, I'm just doing a catch up on the latest of the chook house. So the boys have done a lot of work today, with a little help from Lisa and her mini chainsaw. So we've pretty much got the frame up. Matt and Phil doing the last of the last. This is Phil,
Well, we've got
one of those neighbours everyone wishes they had.
oh,
Always knows what he's doing. Got all the tools. And Matt Man, who's been loving it. And he's had to give up his OCD measurements because Phil's here and he's just like, it's a chook house. Just get it up.
Yep. Still, look at it. It's like Fort Knox. I am going to build a viewing platform on the top of this thing.
Matt
It's so
reckons
solid. It would be
that we
stupid
should
not
put a
to.
platform that we can sit up on and look out at our beautiful view, which would be much better from up high. Mr. Matt Man
If you have to take this down because of the shed.
has just put together an awesome door. It hasn't been hung yet, but I'm very impressed. Can't open the door for you, but the door has no hinges.
Real soon, and it should be a nice, light, easy to use thing. Okay, you hold.
I prefer holding this than the nail gun. This way if I accidentally hit the button and do this thing.
That's going to sit there. Just do the top one, and then so I should be able to screw this in, and then worry about the door after. I'm not sure what the correct way to do it is. That's the way I'm going to do it. We're okay.
It needs to come in.
Oh, we want it to go against there, basically.
Oh dear.
And so
Well,
that's a
probably
gap
where it is.
on the bottom. And that, gee, it's a big gap down the side there.
There's a
But
gap-
I might be able to
There's a
put,
gap on this side.
I can put
too.
some wire down there and it'll just flex. Does it work?
Yay! Move that one. Woohoo! We've got a door. Nice. It stops up against there,
Yeah.
and then you're going to put the
I'm going to put a latch on it and a spring.
spring so it automatically
Yeah,
comes back.
it'll open and then just spring back. Hey!
Sweet as.
That's cool.
Well done, hun. He is heading towards our chook house. See if he can get a free feed of eggs. All right, after 4 months, we're up to our first sheet on the roof. It is, what is it? Galvanized Avery mesh. What's the size of the holes? 2 mil.
12.5.
12.5. So we're going to use this for the roof. We may use smaller for the sides because apparently snakes and rodents can even get through those little squares. Not so worried about the snakes if it's a python, but we don't really want rats. So we'll see how we go.
Okay, and we'll do another one.
On the other side. Oh, no, do another one from that one.
Might have to pull it
Maybe
out
turn
further.
it around that way.
Pull that further. Where's your cut? Here it is.
stand on one side and lift up the other like that.
Oh, yes. It does work better.
So we've discovered when cutting this wire,
What's that?
I'm just videoing that we've got two cutters. Those were $30+ and those were like $7 or $8 for cutting wire. These all the way, they're way easier and they don't have all this complicated stuff to get hooked up. But possibly cutting tin, these ones might have worked better. We've rolled our first piece of sheet across. We've realised that our back beams are a little bit too wide, so we're going to have to change direction for those. All right, so we're up on the roof, precariously balancing on a couple of these, what are they?
Trestles? Scaffold planks.
Scaffolding planks. And we've pretty much covered the whole lot with the 1800s, but we had to do one strip that way. And then on these ones we had to go that way because we didn't have the width for the 1800s. And we've got one bit right at the end here that Mr. Mason is patching.
Try and stitch.
So we've got one little bit there and there was just a little bit in the corner. It wasn't quite enough. And stitching's awful with wire. Done.
Stitching time.
Good work. All right, we're going to hammer this back on. So we've got two more sheets up. One we did in the dark last night, which was incredibly hard.
Very hard.
And one we're doing this morning on a rainy, wet morning. So that means that little bit at the end we're over halfway.
Yeah, we're over halfway.
We're over halfway with all the putting the wires up. So we've dug a trench and we've put the wire all the way down into the trench, and then we'll fill that trench up with rocks afterwards to hopefully stop things from digging in. My concern though is that the chickens are the ones that dig themselves out, so we're going to have to make that trench up the top here quite a bit deeper, and then we're just going to add some extra wire to the bottom of it and have that nice and deep. And the chickens will finally be able to escape their little mini pen. We are almost pretty much done. So the chickens are in. Woo! Matt's nailing the last nails in the trench. That goes down there, I'll show you. We still have to wrap up some corners. So at the moment the chickens can't get out, foxes can't get in, but everything else could get in. And we already have a snake in there, which we've trapped in there. Yeah.
But we'll get him out later.
Yeah. So we
are all done. This is basically the last of it.
We are very happy.
A few little patches on corners like this.
Yeah. Yeah,
which we'll
and
do later.
we're going to wrap that one there.
That back corner.
Wrap that back corner around. But
But
other than that,
this is the last of the ground trenches, so all of the ground trenches are done.
chickens are happy.
Yeah, it's too much leaves on top for my liking, but that's all right.
Well, I'm going to stick a passion fruit vine going up over there.
One day I might put a roof on it, but it's good. It's just about
Yep.
done. We did a huge weekend this weekend.
It was massive. I'm so exhausted from it. This gate here will get put on here. That little frame there, gate will go there. That tree was a real pain. We didn't want to chop it down because it provides shade, and also it's been there for quite some time. We try not to cut trees down if we don't have to. But boy, when we were putting that last little bit of wire in behind there and having to squeeze in, I was so tempted to go grab the chainsaw. The chickens are happy. They've got shelter under there. They've got their little house up there with the chicken boxes, egg boxes. They've got plenty of place to dig, and we will free range them every now and then so that they get their greens. But I give them plenty of scraps and greens anyway.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah,
now I'm burning. Oh, singed leg. I reckon you weren't getting all that rubbish up because that's all very flammable.
Or what rubbish?
All those leaves
Where?
around your feet.
Oh. Yeah, I might just wait till they're a little break.
Oh yeah, true. There you go. That's good.
Done, we're done.
Done.
So sore.
Yeah.
To the finish, nearly, pretty much, of the chook house.
Big effort.
So it took 6 months, but how much realistically
Maybe
would it? No, we started in April when I was editing.
Did we?
It started in April, but we would have had at least 2 months of waiting on wood, and then at least another 2 months of waiting on wire.
Yeah.
And now that we know what we know, if we could redo it again, I reckon it would still take 6 Saturdays.
It'd take us a couple of months.
Takes
If I was doing it again now, I would start with a jackhammer right from the start.
Yeah.
I dug all the first post holes without a jackhammer. Dad and I just did it with a pick.
Yeah.
That was way easier once we got the jackhammer.
Yeah.
So I'd start with the jackhammer.
Because it took us days to dig it out. We started off.
Posts are good, but next time I would cut into the posts and set in the timber
Right.
to make all the wire flush, because I ended up having to do twice as much woodwork to compensate for the fact that we didn't cut the beams and make it flush with the posts.
Yeah. But cutting in takes a long time too. So is there any way that you can? Oh, if you had square. Oh no, even if you have square beams, you're going to have a bit that turn and a bit that turn. Okay. Yep.
And 1800 wire that we wrap vertically, because
Yes.
horizontal is very difficult.
Yes. And we were thinking we were going
Vertically
to
you can go-
1200 wire. So we built the
whole thing was built for
frame
1200s.
1200s, but then we couldn't get hold of any 1200s, so we've done it in 1800s, and it was definitely easier to do vertical strips that go right down into the ground. as opposed to horizontal, which we had to try and hold up. It's very heavy.
Work.
And I've got a very unsuccessful fire tonight.
That's going.
And look at our wall wounds.
Oh, so many.
You've got more. We're so
many wall
scratched
wounds.
up because every time you
leg.
cut the wire, because we had to cut some into 1200s, every time you cut the wire, it
Spikes
leaves
you.
big spikes, and every time you touch it, you get scratched.
Yeah. But it's done. Chickens are in there and happy.
Yep.
Foxes can't get in. The
No.
goannas can't get in. We've had a goanna in there just recently.
Yep.
There's a snake in there now.
Goanna's been walking over here, but he hasn't been taking any eggs. We can't. There's a snake in there now.
Yeah.
We're going to have to remove.
Yeah. We'll wait and see if mice can get in. If they can, I'll have to maybe wrap some rodent
At
mesh
the
around
moment, leaving the snake in there means that she or he is going to eat all the
Yeah, it looks like it's eating
rats.
the eggs too, because one egg
Yeah,
was
but it's
taken.
only one egg every now and then, and we're getting 6 a day.
But what
but I
happens
want-
if it
but-
can't get rats? It might go and start trying to eat the chicken.
No, we'll leave it only long enough to finish eating rats and mice, because we have to get rid of the rats and mice in there anyway. So if we leave her long enough to eat the rats and
That's
mice,
true.
then remove her,
That's true.
then that would be good.
Yep. The amount of time we spent and the amount of money I reckon we've spent probably between
Yep.
$1,200 to $1,500 in expenses,
Exactly.
plus 6 weeks of time probably.
Yeah.
So that means each egg's probably worth $30 each or something.
Exactly. And if you're not eating your chickens, it's almost not worth it.
Yeah, it's
But
definitely.
then someone pointed out to me today, you can go down to the supermarket and buy a chicken for $10, or pluck one, cut its head off, and have to prepare it, gut it
Yeah.
to prepare it. So if we were off grid,
But-
totally I would do that. But we're not.
It's a bit of a
off-grid.
hobby and it's been fun.
And it would be healthier eating your own chicken.
We got heaps of
Be less chemicals in them.
guidance from Brother Ben.
And Phil,
He gave us quite a bit of guidance in the beginning, and then Mr. Phil was amazing.
if he hadn't have come up and helped out the frame, you and
Well,
I would have freaked out
he
a bit.
sourced the first batch of wood for us.
Yeah.
Did a really good deal on that, and he came down. His saying was, "It's not fine carpentry; it's just a chicken coop."
Just the effing chicken coop.
So he just got it done and showed us how to just get going with the drilling, the
How to
cutting,
be-
and the
how to be
battle
brave.
skills, and how to just get into it. So that was good. Dad, we've got a little bit of Dad's old chicken coop.
Yeah.
The gates going back
Okay.
on there, and Dad came down and helped me do all the original posts.
Oh, and he made the egg boxes.
And he made the egg boxes inside, so it's
Yeah.
been a good effort
Yeah.
from a lot of people.
What are the dimensions of the whole thing? How big is it?
It's 4.5 meters by 6.5 meters, and it's
And a
it's
cutaway around the
three
tree.
3.5 meters tall on the downside, and 1,800 tall on the front side. So it's pretty massive.
It is.
I'd probably use framing timber next time too. We used fencing timber, which is really soft.
Oh, yeah.
But I used a bit of the framing timber on the back, and it was much sturdier.
I
and
could tell the difference when we were nailing into it.
it's much harder, yeah. There's 3 toads in the trench.
Great time. Is there a safety?